Guys, and welcome back again to me, Ben, playing City Skylines 2 here in Fairbanks County. Today we're starting out with a few on my new touristy attraction district. I built basically two main tourist attraction things, which is the Grand Hotel here and this little tower. I don't know how I should call it. It looks a little bit like the tower in Toronto, to be honest. Very similar to that, but maybe similar to a lot of other towers for sightseeing. And yeah, what I can tell, like in the last episode, I did have a couple of challenges, I would say, with tourists walking from that train station all across the road here over to this hotel, mainly to visit that place. And so far what I did is setting up a new bus line, so I think there should be less tourists now on their way walking to this destination. But you can see like there are already a handful of people waiting. I'm just wondering, what are they waiting for here in groups? Yeah, they're just taking a look, or maybe it's just because I started the game a couple of seconds ago. Whatever. Sometimes they just need time to adjust here, but that's fine. So I really like this area. Honestly, let me know in your comments what you think about this recent build here. And I want to give you also a quick update on what I'm planning to do with Fairbanks County. As you can see, like, I haven't reached at all the limits of this map, not at all. But there is something very essential missing here, and I think that's something I want to take care of as soon as possible in this episode, which is another connection from this part of the island to somewhere over here, maybe even to that interchange. This would be an ideal starting point, even though I absolutely like this interchange. It's built very nicely. It comes with, I think, with the game right away, even with the tunnel here. I think they did a quite good job here. But I want to get one highway connection below the river, so I have to do some landscaping here, some landscaping there, bringing the highway over there and creating a new connection. Not for the trains, but for the cars mainly, because right now, and I'm just curious, yeah, this is not yet an issue. It's becoming kind of an issue. Oh yeah, it's becoming... Oh, interesting. Okay, it's becoming kind of an issue here. Because right now what's slowing all the cars down is actually one of these like maintenance cars here. Which is fine that it checks on the interchange, but on the other hand, like, it really causes a lot of traffic along the way. And I'm not even wondering about that very much. Because, yeah, I think we have a lot of new attractions here in the city. And from my assumption, like, sooner or later, we will also have some traffic issues here in that interchange. Yeah, it's becoming quite crowded here, I would say. So I want to take care of this, and please, by the way, bear with me in this episode because I'm a little bit sick. I caught a cold recently. I checked whether it's COVID or not, but no, it's not COVID. It's just a cold. So it's all fine. I didn't feel very well for a handful of days, but now I'm back again. Just not, like, my nose and my throat isn't very perfect yet. But we'll get there sooner or later, so no worries about that. Yeah, so in this episode, I think it could even be one of my last episodes. I had some plans for this region, I would say. Quite some plans for this region. But for some reason, I wouldn't say I lost interest. No, I didn't. I like this map very much so, because it's quite flat. It's fine. But yeah, I don't know. I want to start a new season. a new series here in City Skylines 2 pretty soon, because I want to try out the gameplay with using mods, because so far I haven't used any mods in this region yet. Oh, I reached Metropolis status. Well, that's interesting. Okay, again, progression panel, I can show you increased loan limit. Doesn't really matter to me. I reached that thing. Yeah, so that's all fine. Received a little bit of money. That's fine. I don't need it. As you can see, I have more than enough funds. I can use 15 more development points, and I got 32 more tiles. But again, like, if you take a look, I have 119 tiles now that I could potentially buy, and I need to buy a few of these, at least now, for the new interchange, or the upgraded interchange. Probably I'm bringing that even over here. Yeah, I'm just buying these tiles. It doesn't really matter. So 20 of the 119 are bought now. And I think, yeah, let's dive right into it before I'm speaking too much, doing too little. So I'm wondering where can I sneak in the highway? I'm just thinking about a good solution, because here it's still a highway. There it's not a highway. So I might have to find some way to connect it, probably over here in a big detour thingy. Yeah, let's get started with it. I'm taking care of the, I think, most likely worst part right at the start. So I'm pausing the game here. I'm choosing my, should we go to 4-lane? Well, I'll try it with a 4-lane now. And I'm trying to set something up here as an elevated solution by using an elevation of 10 steps here. It's overlapping, and there, like, the anarchy mod would be so helpful. So when I have to delete, yeah, just the rail lines first, hopefully I don't forget to add them in later. So I'm just adding in this highway for now, and then moving this here so that I can squeeze it in slightly, and then turn this around, probably here. Oh no, maybe I forgot that I wanted to bring it over here. So I'm just laying out the basic, just making sure that, like, the basic idea is already set up, and then I'm taking care of the details in a little bit. Yeah, I could bring it, let me check. Potentially bring it back here, and that's fine. I can do that. Let's bring it over here, elevation of 10. Let's turn this around, probably here. Wonderful. And then we can create something like a tunnel, or yeah, maybe even we start out on this little island here. That's something I can think about in a bit. So right now it's all about reconnecting the bits and pieces that I created here. Nothing too fancy to do. It should be working without any issues. So I should be able to reconnect that and probably create a nice curve. Why not like this? And then have this here connect that part. And I love elevated highways, especially in industrial areas. It makes so much sense to just bring it a little bit above street level from my perspective, at least from in a city Skylines scenario. It's always my preferred choice because it occasionally makes things easier to handle. And I also have to think about a nice and proper connection here. So we need to work with a one-lane highway thing from here to there. And then also from here, well, maybe I need to use the S-curve tool thing here because I need to make a little round thingy. And probably I also need to destroy, unfortunately, some of that structures here, but that's fine. I can live with that. In the long run, like we can incorporate a really long on-ramp or ramp to this highway. And then I also have to make sure 3-lane two-way that we increase it here. Oh no, let's make it a 4-lane right away. Can't? Yeah, I believe we can. And then make it into a 3-lane here, if the game allows me to do that. Yeah, doesn't look too good, but that's fine, isn't it? Yeah, it's just about setting things up here. So I built the connection here. And maybe I'm changing also that part here. Starting a little bit earlier with the curve. But not -10, but +10. Okay, let me delete it first. Probably like this here. Might be a bit more reasonable. Yeah, and then we sneak our way across to this island here. And already bring it down to ground level. And then we can see what we do with that setup here. So now I will start with some landscaping, and I'll be back for you in a bit as soon as that's done. So as you can see, like the rough first draft here, I would say, is established. What I'm trying to do now is adjusting my landscape here because it's like very ambitious to have such a broad, and it's also unnecessary, like having such a broad entrance point here. It's not even required. think here I'm getting pretty close to where the highway actually is. So I want to leave it as is here. I just need to increase the size and also the strength of the brush. And I think we could make this way smaller than it currently is, because that's already enough. Well, maybe again a bit too ambitious here. 90, maybe 150 would be good. It should be fine. Making a little bit broader than the current highway connection is, and then making everything a bit softer here, especially for my ships, because I assume, and that's something I'm gonna quickly check here, there's a ship line running straight above the highway connection here, and now it's only about like connecting this little interchange with what's coming out of here. So I'll give it a try, because I want them to be able to travel in 3 directions. So I'm starting with the most obvious one right now, angle of 180, if that's achievable. Yeah, 180, 80, fine. I can replace this part, of course, with a 4-lane instead. That's something I'm going to do immediately, because then I think the game recognizes it right away what I'm planning to do here. So the other connection we need is one above. So we could, let me take care. Yeah, gonna try that out first, because I want to create enough distinction between the one highway and the next one. It's heading off as a 2-lane probably. Yeah, why not? Why not like this? Okay. So one might argue it's not a beautiful solution. Yeah, it is, and that's right. That's absolutely correct. I think so as well. It's not one of the best highway solutions ever that I built here, but I think it's something that works in the end. But just because it's working, should you have it? Nah, I'm not sure. Well, for me, it does its job right now, which is the most important part here. No, I destroyed a little bit of the landscaping that I did before here. Just want to make sure like that this here is smooth and even. And gets a little bit of character as well along the way. Maybe a little pondish-like structure. Why not have it? That looks way more natural, doesn't it? Except for this hill. Yeah, I'm gonna build something around that. Just let the water flow for a second to see where it ends up with. Oh, can you already see that? How many cars are taking that detour coming to town? I'm curious what happens over here. And obviously I will need another off-ramp over there. And I think that's something I definitely should establish ASAP, because this will help ease some of the industrial traffic right away going too far into the city without really having some business over there. Let's connect it up here. This can easily come off here. And again, I'm pausing it quickly because it's going way too fast, way too quickly into a direction that I actually wanted to see. But I didn't expect it to happen that quickly. From here, I think we can create something like an off turn thingy. Let's see why we can go there. Nice. Connected. Nice on-ramp. And I think we also get a nice off-ramp here. Down to ground level. Yep. And again, something we don't need are pedestrian walkways. I don't like these, especially under these circumstances. And I have to check. No crossings here. So there's a nice on and off ramp thingy. And probably sooner or later, yeah, it only gets to over here and to over there. So there's another connection. I think I might need another connection somewhere. But let's let the game run just for a bit. And let's see how it works. So I'll be back for you in a bit after a short time lapse. Yeah, nice. So it's used in both directions. The one more than the other, but I think this is due to the fact that I have a lot of citizens coming to town right now. So now I want to give this a little bit of a decoration job here. So I'll be back for you in a bit. I'm just checking out on this intersection whether it works or whether it doesn't, but I think it seems to work at least well enough for that little traffic that's happening here. And I also hope that this did not take away a lot of traffic here. So what is that? Is this again another road maintenance? Yeah, it's again another road maintenance thing. I should also probably increase that stretch here. So that's something I'm doing right away before I'm starting my decoration thingy here. So let's extend this a bit further out so that cars, people can sort themselves a little bit earlier as they are doing it right now. Yeah, there's not a lot of through traffic happening. Some of it is happening. But why? Yeah, maybe. I don't know why. But it's okay. But that way, I think it should work. And this is a problem. I'm gonna fix that quickly. I never liked that solution very much. So I'm trying to create something more beautiful here. So this stretch here, using again the S-curve tool. I think it's becoming one of my favorite ones. One of my favorite tools here. Maybe something like this. This should work way better than the other one did. Where are you guys traveling to? You're heading in the wrong direction. You don't even know it because you should be heading into my town. There's not that many people actually going to town. No, that's fine. And I can also bring, hopefully, that back to a shorter stretch here. I think that should be good. Yeah, it's looking way better now. That's fine. So let's do some decoration stuff over here. And I'll be back for you in a bit. Here I placed down a new firefighting helicopter depot because my fire coverage wasn't as good as I wanted it to have. I wanted it to be. Now I'm wondering, do I need a prison? I have so many development points left here. Let me just check and see, because I could easily afford. This is most likely again a massive building, so I'm unlocking this here. I have no airport yet. Maybe an airport would be nice. Sports park. I have the emergency shelters. I don't need that. Radio telescope. There I have everything. Disease control. Oh, this would be good. Surface power. Gas power, I don't want this. Solar. I never unlocked the intersections. Automated parking. This here. Server post zoning. No. Satellite uplink. Yeah, I think that's it. So I invested most likely into everything that I need so far, except for the prison thing. So I'm thinking about setting up a prison somewhere in my industrial area. Who wants to be there? Like, nobody wants to live there anyway, but we would need at some point in time a prison. That's huge. Come on, another crazy big building, but kind of, with 3 cell blocks. I don't know, 1 main facility, 3 different cell blocks. It kind of makes sense. It's okay. That's okay. I'm just wondering why I left this bump here. So I'm smoothing out these things here as well. Yeah, this looks very much industrial. Indeed. Yeah, the road maintenance, can't do anything about that. Let's look into that, whether road maintenance is all good. Parking facility availability, but that's fine. Road condition is good. all along the way, so nothing to worry about here. And I'm just checking one last thing before we call it a day in this episode, and most likely also in this series, to be honest, because I have a new project in mind that I want to start soon here on my channel. I'll be been playing City Skylines here on YouTube. And I'll tell you more about that in a bit, as soon as I can get started. Well, I think it's fine. I'm happy. It's not the biggest city. It's growing steadily, consistently. I did have some hiccups here and there during the learning phase. I think we can speed things up a little bit, just to see how far the city grows. But right now, let's see, 570 per hour that I'm winning. So yeah, nothing to be worried too much about. Is there any traffic issue here? No traffic issue there. Yeah, guys. Let's take a look at Fairbanks County. And let me give you a quick rundown. I'm trying to remember as much as I can from this build. Like at the very beginning in this region, it starts out with a very ugly bridge. With a very ugly bridge across the river, which I changed after a bit into something a bit more beautiful. I think building this thing here is one of the most successful episodes that I did so far for my small channel. So thank you very much, guys, for following me here and liking this video and commenting on it. It means a lot to me. But back to topic. We started out here, built out our first little settlement here, expanded slowly to over there, and also along this little stretch and island across here to keep this bit more of a historic rural district. And I think this worked out really nice along the way, I think. Then we started here with an industrial area with quays and whatnot, also with the industrial harbor that brings in a lot of goods, which is always nice, and it also transports a lot of goods away from my city. Then I expanded to over here, built my first downtowny area, expanded further down here, filled up some gaps here, had two little communities here up in the hills. Those are both closed communities, by the way, so only people who either work and or live there are allowed to enter, which is also nice because it gives, it creates a very quiet area. Then we introduced also bus lines and train lines along the way. It's kind of a thing in City Skylines too that I do not yet fully understand. I have the slight impression that public transport is not important for city traffic. Of course, could be optimized here and there, for sure, but in the long run, I think I could have gone without any bus lines. I do not even have a subway. I have no trams. Of course, I could build them just because they are beautiful, but no, this shouldn't be the reason to build something if you don't need it. Then we expanded over here with a nice little park, natural reserve thing, because we don't have any kind of park assets yet. It just looks as if it was a natural reserve, but it isn't so far. don't like this here, but it's fine. It's not too much. That's okay. Then we created that here after creating this long strip of beautiful houses. Then in one of the last episode, or in the last episode, we created this touristy area for my town with some nice hotels, commercial districts. Yeah, we don't have hotels yet officially, but I imagine they would be hotels. Yeah, and that's about it. This industrial area has been set up, yeah, during the past 2 or 3 episodes. And now in this episode we built another connection to the main highway here. The 2 of the main highways here, which takes off a little bit of load of this connection here, which is fine. It was needed. So guys, let's say officially goodbye. Goodbye, Fairbanks County. It was a pleasure. It was a nice try. It was a first nice impression of City Skylines 2. I like this game a lot, except for the rain. This makes it so dark and not so nice and a little bit boring sometimes, a little bit dull. But that's what it is. I like the building process. I like the process, like the road tools. Come on, guys. Can't really argue with that, even if they are not flawless yet, but you hardly can argue. Because it's just a beautiful thing. It's a nice tool to use. And I think the capabilities we have here in City Skylines 2, they're good. There's a lot of potential. Hopefully Paradox Interactive and the other guys get their shit done and get their work done. I really hope so, because this game has potential for the next upcoming 7 to 10 years, hopefully. I enjoyed playing it, but I also enjoyed playing City Skylines 1, which is something I might come back to eventually in a little bit. So thank you again for following me here. Thank you for following that season. If you haven't seen all episodes, you might want to consider jumping back to my playlist that includes all episodes of me playing here in Fairbanks County. And thanks for being a little bit patient because I want to prepare something bigger than Fairbanks County for you in the next few episodes. I'll be back for you very, very soon. Hopefully back healthy without any cold. And I wish you all the best. Thank you for joining me. Have a good one and enjoy your day. Stay safe. Bye bye.